All right. So like I said before, what I'm going to do with this talk, I'm starting it now, obviously. If you haven't seen me before, I videotape all of it up here. So my job is not to get you, unless you want to demonstrate and be Miss Vanna White or Mr. Vanna White. It's up to you. But my job is to make sure I do enough educating and teaching by example, or having you demonstrate if you're comfortable with it, to understand how the body works. Okay, let's start now. A lot of it is going to be the balance. And when I talk about balance, it comes from two places, in my general sense. One is to be your body, how your body reacts to your environment, where you're standing, where you're sitting, where you're lying down. Also the back of your brain. Part of your brain is called the cerebellum, coordinates motion and balance and movement. So a lot of it is you want to use both those areas and cream both those areas to make sure they're both trained so you don't fall. So you don't have an injury, you don't break a hip or a wrist if you fall down this way. Okay? So we're gonna start out first. You don't have to, you don't want to. Is what I did is take my shoes off. My plan is to show you that with your feet, you want to train each body part, if possible, individually. There's something coming up in 2 weeks called the Super Bowl. Anyone heard about it? Us Americans deal with it every once a year, right? Do those football players go out and just play football to train for playing football professionally? No. They train in the gym. They train with a yoga instructor, for example. They train with individual parts of the actual, say football team. So your job as a person to stay healthy is how do you train? So if you're like Chuck, who walks, say, 5-7 miles a day with his wife, minimal or sometimes, depends on the weather, is can you keep yourself healthy out there or around the house or around your bedroom, especially in the dark, so you don't have an injury. Okay, I start with the feet, work my way up, and that will give you things to do. There's probably in my head about 6 exercises. I'm going to give you 6 exercises to help you learn how to get healthier. Not healthier, but just to kind of pick your brain what's going to work for you. Starting with the feet, all I have you do here with my patients too is just roll your feet back and forth. Okay? What I mean by that is taking your feet on one foot, start on your toes.
Do we take our shoes off?
If you want, it's up to you. On one foot, start with, to be my left, start on your toes. Other foot, start on your heel. And just roll them back and forth. At that point, see how you feel with that. Does that feel good to you? And by sitting down, it's kind of awkward to look at your feet, correct? That's perfect. Keep your eyes forward. Alternating your feet. Okay? So one's going to start on your toes, one's starting on your heel. Just roll back and forth. That points the other feel. So that feel awkward, weird? And do you feel you can do it without thinking? I know it's kind of hard for me.
You just say do it without thinking or
without thinking.
Oh, but not without pain. Okay.
It's up to you. I know it's tough. Rigor mortis is settled in, Chuck. Your days are numbered. Days are numbered over there.
Adjust my hearing aids here.
So is mine too. So by doing that, realize you're training you're getting your feet to warm up, allowing the bottom of your feet, the sensors, to start turning on and stimulating, and getting your brain to realize what you're doing unconsciously. We talked about the brain, the back of the brain, the cerebellum, controls your motion, movement, and balance. I want to make sure that's getting stimulated by doing this motion. I do see there's no load on your feet. Okay, so we're going to add load in a second, but can we do this when we're watching TV? Before we get out of bed, maybe. Okay, just sitting or lying down in bed with our knees bent, doing this for maybe a minute or so to warm up our lower body. By moving your feet like this, alternating back and forth and rolling them, allows your ankles to warm up also. Also your lower leg muscles, front and back and side, so everything works together and warms up. Warming up meaning stimulating the joints, the nerves, the muscles, and the ligaments to get more blood flow, because your feet will help you not fall. Your feet will help you maintain your balance. Yeah, problems, Chuck. Problems to stretch. You know. I don't worry about it. You know what to do. You're my comic relief for the day. Okay. So once you've done that for say a couple minutes, what I'm going to do now is how do we work on our, before we talk about balance, we've done this I think every time we've had a talk, is where's our posture? When we sit, when we stand up, I like that people sit up straight when they talk about posture, right? So posture, when you're sitting, the checklist that I have for my patients is have them sit on the first third of the chair. So you're going to feel like a little off balance, right? I'm going to have you lose your balance even more. Bring your knees below your hips. Knees below your hips, either your feet underneath the chair, facing your chair, or on the side, So now you're having to sit further up and lean back so you don't fall off the chair and embarrass yourself, because that would be embarrassing, for me at least. All right? Any questions about that? So again, checklist sitting in a chair. At that point, you're going to have on the first third of the chair with your hips, knees below your hips, and your feet underneath you. At that point, if you can, on your toes, so your body has to lean back to counterbalance, keep your body upright, so your lower back muscles work, your joints of your hips work, your knees work, so everything works together to maintain your balance, your position, your posture. So that point you don't hunch forward. It's almost here, for me at least, it's hard to hunch forward, because if I hunch forward, I'm going to face plant. Again, that would be entertaining, right, ladies? Yes, but not my purpose here. We still have a long way to go. Okay, I don't want to end it too early. Any questions about your sitting posture? No questions yet? Good. Moving on, next one. Get the chair out of the way. First, how do we stand, and how do we stand for better posture? I do this, again, patients do this every time I think we've been here, is how do we get our body to go against, because most walls here, especially Gibson, they've really done a good job of the building here, past I think all their inspections. This wall should be pretty straight and balanced, I'm assuming. Okay? So you want to put your heels against the wall, hips, shoulders, and head, back of your head, looking straight, hands at your side. That should feel, and that shouldn't feel sometimes, that is a better balance point for your body. Most people, when they try this, it's called a standing posture checklist. At that point, sometimes they'll feel like they're leaning too far back. Does it make sense why? If my body is naturally coming forward here, I have a hunch posture, that's my natural posture, most people do, causing back pain and balance problems also. If I'm having to lean further back, my straight is forward here, my body's telling me this is my normal, my brain is actually, that when I lean back, that relative change is into extension where I feel uncomfortable. I had a gentleman come in this is mid-40s.
You want your back of your head to touch the wall?
Exactly, and the checklist went back to chest wall. And in his mid-40s, he was really hunched forward. He had a job where he was always bending over all the time. When I had him lean back using the checklist, he was like, I feel like I'm going to fall backwards. Because you have to train your brain by motion to get that better position over time. See, the brain is trainable, your posture trainable. Once you can move things around, at that point it takes time. Sometimes you feel uncomfortable for maybe a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. But then once you get it, this feels better. This feels awkward and weird leaning forward. So your posture should ideally come here. The reason is you want your posture here. Your body can move more. Your joints can move more in your spine. When there's more joint motion, maybe your spine, maybe your ankle, your knee, your hip, whatever it might be, the body can compensate faster if you are going to fall. The body can compensate faster if you lose your balance. Because there's more joint nerves firing off, neurons, allow the body to get those neurons to fire the brain, to adjust your position, adjust your center of gravity faster.
Where are your heels going? So
Good question. The checklist again.
Okay.
Heels against the wall, hips against the wall, shoulders and head. So by having things moving normally, especially your ankles and feet, because that's where we're going to maintain our center of gravity for the most part along with our hips, our body can now, if you had that ankles and feet warmed up, better body position, now you can train your body so the lower body allows you to have better balance and better overall, if you want to call it strength. When I talk about balance, I always add in strength and flexibility. You want to have that overall 3 combination. When you have the flexibility and strength, that gives you better balance. So what I focus on, you asked earlier too, of what exercise you have to start doing to get that balance better by getting things to move better too. Okay, I'm going to start with one here. I call it, I'm going to go right into basically a leg raise. Okay, so you can go from here first to a wall squat where your feet are straight, hips on the wall, shoulders on the wall, and also your head's on the wall, so your feet are off the wall about 2 feet. And just come down, if you feel comfortable, especially with your hips above knees is fine, and come back up, straight up. At that point your quad muscles start to get some blood flow and get a little bit stronger too. Because with balance, realize the biggest muscle you can use for balance is going to be your leg muscles. Okay, you can use your feet a lot for stimulation, especially if you're training this way without your shoes on. You want to make sure these quad muscles are strong. So that patients start with is coming down the wall. If they need to, you put their hands on their thighs, come down and feel comfortable. At that point, you either push yourself up or use your quad muscles to come up this way so your body stays straight. We talked about posture, correct?
How many times?
I would start with 5, Chuck, and then go to 10 once your body's ready. So what it does, once you're on the wall squat itself too, it teaches your body to stay back. The problem is nothing when they do a squat, they'll do this here, leaning forward, instead of keeping their body back here for better posture, better strength. Any questions about that?
What if you're like weak knees? How far do you
Good.
have to go down?
Only where you feel comfortable, whatever that might be. Okay, so maybe you might be good here. You want your hands on your thighs. Make sure you have the support to push yourself up if you need to. Okay, because realize when we're walking, when we're walking, our knee doesn't really move that much. Our hip range of motion is maybe 15-20% when we're walking. I want your whole motion working. We talked about motion earlier. The more motion we have in our hips or ankles and our knees, the more we can catch our balance. The more we can get our body to get stronger and have better balance and better strength. All right? From the wall squat, if you've done that maybe 5-10 times, wherever you're comfortable, then you want to turn around and do a knee raise. Hands on the wall. Again, good posture, leaning back for 1, 2. So whatever posture you have on the wall, you want to maintain that better posture, leaning back. Now just bring your knee up, one knee at a time. Hold and relax. All you do is bending at the hip, up, hold, and relax. What do most people do?
Not both at the same time.
That would be spiritual. That would be a ghost-like thing going on. But if you can do one leg at a time as a raise, at that point you want to maintain that hips in, so only your legs coming forward. When people fail this exercise, they get an F. They start doing this. Okay? Their hip drops to one side. That tells me that G medius muscle, that piriformis muscle side, don't worry about the names, there's no test later. That muscle isn't holding your posture when you're walking here. It's getting your hips to pop out a little bit, causing you to lose your balance. So by doing this exercise, the leg that's on the ground is working harder to isometrically hold the body up and relax. I would come up about, if you can, based on your range of motion, your hip, about your knee up to your hip level, and then bring it down, up just for a second, and come down. What you want to do is come up, and then come down right away. The longer you hold the exercise and do it slower, the more you're getting those nerves to fire to hold your balance better. You work the muscle more. So as I bring my left leg up again, my right hip is isometrically contracting, holding my hip in. And as I come down, same thing, hold my hip in so my body maintains center of gravity, doesn't shift left or right.
Yeah.
Any questions about that? Again, 5 to 10 times. Then you start with 5 on each side, and then once you're ready, go to 10.
You keep using the word better, and I'm reminded of the expression better than nothing.
Better than exactly. Better than nothing. The more we can do 1 or 2 things, and again we talked about later too, usually at the end with it, is always habit of doing it every day. Every day, I mean 8 days a week, whatever, how many weeks you, or 8 times a week, whatever it is. Right? Whatever works for you, in the sense where, I know, some days, what do you do every day to counter that stress of every day? Some people drive to LA every day. I think that's one thing, insanity. But another thing is they sit in the chair all day. So can you do this after work so their nerves and muscles and joints fire so the next day feels better? Next day. But if you do that every day, say 10 hours 10 hours at work, 2 hours on the road, weekends you rest, then you can do a little bit less. Just go have fun. But what can we do every day, we talked about this before, Chuck, that we can get our habits so that net per day, the net stress in our body, net strength and balance gets to equal out every day. Nets out every day. Okay? So from there, once you've gone from a wall squat and now knee raise, both sides, 5 to 10 times if you want, it's up to you. Now we're going to start using, what we talked about initially, is rolling your feet, but more standing up. Okay, I'm going to use the pads so people at home can see it too. I saw it somewhere. Okay? So you want to do now, use a wall first as a way to balance your body. When I say use the wall, maybe not a flat hand, maybe just 2 or 3 fingers so you feel you're touching something. That gives you more confidence you're not going to fall. Maybe not support you all the way, but I'm more confident. What you want to do is bring 1 foot forward, my right foot forward here, and stay on my right heel. What I want to do is go up on my left toes as I get my body to come forward. Translate forward and glide forward. So I'm going to do 2 things. Start over again.
Okay.
Move my right foot in front of me, go my right heel, and keep my left foot back on the ground. I'm going to roll my body forward. So as I roll forward, my right foot will go flat, and I'll go up on my left toes. Any questions about that? Are we doing slow motion? That's really slow.
Okay.
Okay? Once I'm there, I want to start going back and forth. Just to roll my feet back and forth. At any pace you want to go, and keeping your head up. I used to treat a patient, Bill Landicino, real good guy. And he had problems where he just would always look down. Because that's a safety thing, right? If you've ever hurt your hip, your ankle, your foot, whatever it is, to look down. Problem look down, now we're using our vision to know where our body is versus training our eyes and our nose. So we want to make sure our head is up, looking straight ahead. That's when we start being confident, we can maintain our own balance and our own strength the whole time. Okay? Hand on the wall again, roll back and forth maybe 5-6 times on one foot. Once you're ready, switch sides. So what I'm going to do is bring my left foot forward on my left heel and keep my right foot flat and start rolling back and forth again, where my left foot becomes flat up my right toes. Just go back and forth 5-6 times. Head up the whole time. Head up the whole time. It's funny because Bill's wife's in the room and she's just saying the whole time, head up, Bill, head up, Bill. I'm like, okay, leave him alone. Painful. So you want to roll back and forth till you're comfortable. Once you're here and done this enough, you go, okay, I'm pretty good. Now you want to do the next step. How do you combine starting to walk with the rolling of the feet? Again, why do you think the rolling of the feet is important? I think it's going to help you walk better or maintain your balance. By rolling your feet have more stimulators again, right? Your whole foot is able to work to maintain that gait. When we do this, what happens? Our whole leg locks up. When we roll our feet, we're like, I'm not a dancer. I used to break dance, I think, in my previous life. Is you get your whole body to kind of glide when you're walking instead of pounding the ground. All right, so you want to be able to get the body to glide when you're walking because you use less energy, and your body can actually avoid injury that way too. When you pound the ground, slam your foot down, more energy is used to contract the muscles, so you can cause a knee issue, an ankle issue, a hip issue. If you have, we can irritate it. So by gliding on the ground, the body naturally moves its normal gait pattern. Any questions about that?
What about like when people kind of slide their feet as they walk? Is that the same thing as when
It is, because they're almost compensating because they don't trust where their feet are. Or they may have just forgot how to walk properly. So when you slide your foot, you're trying to catch your foot the whole way. Versus learning, I got to use my whole foot and my whole leg to move to get my body to actually slide forward. When you're sliding your feet, what are you doing? You're really just pushing down the ground the whole time. You want to give yourself a chance to, if you want to be more efficient when you're moving, by picking your foot up and coming down this way all the way. But I want you to do it, and we talked about compartmentalizing how you exercise to get the balance going and strength, is you want to start rolling. Now the next step, next exercise, is by going here, stopping on that. So I'm going to start again. Bring my left heel up and bring my left heel down. Stay on that heel for a second. And now bring that left foot flat as I come to my toes. Hold it for a second and then switch feet. Right foot on the heel, come forward, let that right foot flatten out. Up on my left toe, then switch feet. Again, I'm going to try it again because I look down. Kind of keep your head up, Bill, the whole time. Okay, head up. Left foot forward, left heel. Drop that left foot flat. Up on your right toe, pause. Then switch feet. Right heel, right foot down. Glide forward, up on your left toe, pause. Then left foot forward again. Okay?
You're rolling while you walk.
Exactly. Try this, Chuck.
Well, yeah, I think I can
It's
handle
like a
that.
demonstrator.
But I do have a question about,
Yes.
we're doing it barefoot. You need a flexible shoe.
So by doing it this way with shoes off, you're learning where your feet should have that pressure points when you're walking. Miss Maria.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Let's go here. So we're going to do is start with your left foot. Left, good. Head up, Bill.
Oh, yeah.
All right. And then bring that right. And then before you do that, go back again. both feet here. Left foot forward on the heel. Pause. Bring that left foot down. Good. Right up on your right toe now, right? Right toe up. Good. Now bring that right foot forward and pause in the left heel. And then drop the right heel. Pause. Up here. Left foot forward. Heel. Drop the left foot. Pause. Then right foot forward. Heel. Good. You get it?
Yeah, okay.
It's a slow.
It's alternating symmetrical something.
Alternating pause. Alternating pause.
Okay.
Pause again. Get your body and mind to coordinate. So you should feel uncomfortable and get your brain to go, we have to retrain.
Okay, so, but you should be wearing flexible, like gym shoes or something.
I would gym shoes or just socks, whatever you want to use. And some people would go, if they're doing yoga, something like that, they'll go barefoot.
Probably not high heels.
If you want to really test your ankle strength, then high heels. Watch out, Mike. Watch out, Mike. Yes, you can really test your ankle strength. Dramatic, I call it.
I had another question regarding
Yes.
you saying that this, we get older, we're scared that we're going to fall down, so you have to keep your head up.
Mm-hmm.
But now, as you were doing it, it makes sense. But you said you have to train your eyes to look down.
To look up.
To look down because you're nervous about
Yes.
you're going to trip or something. So you have to be able to roll and do all that. At the same time, keep your head straight.
Yes.
So are you have to train your eyes to kind of look to where you're going, or you're going to trip or hit something?
And good question. Because you want to do is here with your eyes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I also do as the trick is look down on your nose line, here with your head up. So train your body to keep your head up here, but look down with your eyes, so it's the lower portion of your visual periphery. Some people are 45 degrees down, looking ahead of you. When I come down to Euclid for work every day, people are walking Euclid, right, for exercise, like this.
Right. Because it's kind of gravelly there, they're going to slip, or they're afraid to hit something.
Exactly.
Right.
So what I do is have people do this, look in front of them so they know where things are, here, instead of here.
But the looking down like that is particularly important on the sidewalks in Upland.
Yeah, you got to be careful wherever you are. Any city. Okay? But you want to make sure your body is a good position. Again, when we're training at home or wherever you're training, hopefully it's a good area where it's safe so you have that trust. So you get the vision up here. So then the feet to the brain becomes a faster response. Balance is about speed. If I'm falling to one side, can I naturally catch myself? Because that shift over, that nerve will fire to my brain going, shift back. Find a way back quick. By doing these exercises, get your body to get that training faster so you have faster response time, faster reaction time, faster instinct. I tell my wife. My wife loves to scare me, side note. Loves to scare me. And sometimes I'll set my hand, I'll throw it at her. She goes, why do you do that? It's a reaction, it's an instinct. It's my ninja skills. You know, what's going to happen? So, how do you have the instinct? So you learn these exercises, so you train your body to not fall again, hurt yourself, maintain your balance. By doing it this way with your eyes up, and over time, if you see something in a natural environment, yes, drop your head though, but you know this is normal for you. As you train with your head up and looking forward, your body keeps this as normal so it can still shift, but now you've adjusted where your body's used to. Okay? So once we've gotten forward, and thank you, Chuck, for demonstrating, gone that forward exercise where you're rolling your feet again, pausing each way, what do you think next step's going to be? Now that we've trained our feet, our lower body, and our overall body, making that balance, because we're coming forward and pausing again, our body has to stop, rebalance our body, at that point start again. Okay? That'll help when you're naturally walking. Once you've done that, we're like, walking's easy. You even have like a little style to your walk or something. I don't know what you do. Okay. Now, how do we train your brain to be the only way to know where your balance is? How can we do that, you think?
Close your eyes.
Good. Close your eyes. Who wants to try that one first? I don't think so. Okay, I'll do it first, and you guys come back later if you want to do it later. You want to do the same thing. Roll your feet with your eyes closed. Hands on the wall. Left foot forward, eyes closed, looking forward. Again, Bill, keep your head up, eyes closed. Bring that left foot down. Roll forward the right foot. That point, the right foot up. Right heel. Drop the right foot, lean forward. That point, keep the body up the whole time. Left foot forward. Drop the left foot. Glide in, stop, and come back one more time. Okay? So as you do that, you're going to feel awkward and weird and off balance. Is that a good thing?
Yes, yeah.
Yes, why?
Because your
You're
brain's
training your
adjusting.
brain or something.
Yes, you guys are paying attention, you guys are awake. Love it, that's all I'm looking for. If you're awake, that's all I want.
What if you walk on sidewalks that don't have walls next to
With, if you train this way, then once you're done with your eyes closed, and do one more thing too, start doing it with your hands on your sides. See, wherever you feel comfortable, start there. Then start getting uncomfortable to train your brain to maintain your overall balance. Once you, yes.
Will this help with, like, sometimes I just tip over to the side, yeah?
Yes, good.
Yeah.
Good question. I forgot to mention this too.
Yeah.
Is you're going to have one side that will feel more comfortable than the other. So once you've done it with your left hand against the wall and going forward, eyes open or eyes closed, at that point, turn your body around and go, okay, if I go with my right hand against the wall and start walking in this exercise position that Dr. Tony's taught me right now, do I feel more comfortable or less comfortable? And if I feel less comfortable going this way, I've trained my body better that way. So I tell people is, whatever is your weaker side, do it twice. Whatever your stronger side, do that once. Work it more, feel more comfortable, so that way you know what's working for you. You want to try this? Good, not yet. At home, though, you'll see the video later at home. Later on.
I noticed
Yes.
as I walk that my feet aren't going straight ahead, they're going sideways.
Good.
Yours are going straight ahead.
Good. That's a good question. When your feet are going outward here, I'm going to exaggerate like a duck, I think. A duck out here. What's happening to your balance? You're having to overcompensate because you're not comfortable with what your balance is right now. Doing this is as much as doing this. Okay? When you do this, when your feet are out like a duck, your hips will naturally go from being your feet straight, hips being open. Now you're closing your hip joints in the back of your back. The front hips are going to open up, back is going to close, making your lower back not move. Talked about earlier, if a joint doesn't move, you lose your balance more, you lose your strength more too. Keep your hips open by keeping your feet straight instead of coming out like a duck or even turning them into.
You have to do that looking straight ahead with your eyes down.
Until you train.
It takes some
It
work.
takes a while, it takes a moment. Make sure you train your body so naturally, like we talked about before, part of posture is your feet position too. So if you're doing that wall check again, going back to the wall check, make sure your feet are on your heels or against the wall, but also your feet are forward the whole time. I forgot to tell you that. That's when your hips stay open the whole time. Good question, Chuck. Good job. Okay. Now we've done both ways, eyes open, eyes closed. How else can we make our posture more uncomfortable, our balance more uncomfortable? What else can we do?
Don't touch the wall.
Don't touch the wall. Good. If I'm here, please don't laugh at me. Hopefully I can do it right. I'm going to come forward, left heel down, and the right foot up, right foot down, left foot up, pause in between, here, and here. Okay? So once I've done that, I've gone with my left shoulder against the wall, right shoulder against the wall now. Here, left heel up, drop the heel, right foot up, hold, right foot down, hold, left foot, hold, and pause in between. And the right side feels more uncomfortable than my left.
More uncomfortable?
Uncomfortable.
You looked steadier
I do.
with your
Okay.
right one to the wall than your left.
I didn't think about it more. And when you do this, you may feel comfortable. You may feel one leg fire more than the other two. Again, you want that to happen because that's how your body can train your brain and your body to work together. Everyone's different. How else can you make yourself? What's the more difficulty to help your balance get better? What else can you do?
Uphill, downhill?
You can up and then, or you can walk backwards.
Oh, Lord.
Oh Lord, who has ever fallen backwards? Several times for me. So can we train to make sure if we're going to fall backwards, we catch ourselves? So same thing. First of all, hand on the wall, walking backwards. We're going to reverse, right? So we're going to reverse it. I'm bring my right foot up, go back on my right toe, pause, drop my right foot, pause, left foot to naturally come up on my left heel, pause, and switch feet.
And you need a handheld rear view mirror because I almost bumped into her.
You do. She'll catch you. Maria will catch you. So again, left foot back on your toes. Drop your left foot as you glide your body backwards. Bring that right foot back, keep going back and forth. Once you're ready, once you've walked backwards enough on both sides, then close your eyes here, left hand on left wall, left shoulder, left wall. At that point, right foot back, here, drop your foot. At that point, pause again, left foot, up on your toe, drop the left foot, pause, and keep going back and forth. Okay? So when you train with your eyes closed, backward or forward, looking forward too, now your brain takes over. Your cerebrum takes over and goes, okay, we have to do all the work now. Where's our body? What are we doing? The pause will actually make it harder. Because then you have to stop and start again. That motion, that stop and starting, your body has to really fire all lower body to get things to work properly. All right, who's tired? Me. Okay. Any questions? So quick walkthrough again. Here, this is start. Here, sitting down, just rolling your feet back and forth. Okay? Step one, roll your feet
You
back and
stop
forth.
when one heel is down, and then when the other heel is down.
You want to stop when one foot's flat and one heel's up.
Okay.
Okay, so step one.
Maybe you get cramps doing that.
You can, and that means you need to work the muscle more.
Oh, okay.
You rub it out and start over again.
So I could feel probably try and get a cramp when you do that.
Yeah, because that means we have to work the muscle more. When we sit so much, our calf muscles will weaken. Okay? Even doing these exercises, the calves will be sore. If you're not sore from exercise, I tell my patients, you may want to do a little bit more. You may want to add a little bit, maybe 2 more reps in there. Okay? Starting again, review the exercises. Left heel up, right foot. Brett, what am I doing? Left heel, right toes, and keep rolling back and forth. You go back to my feet here. Just roll back and forth, maybe a minute or so. Maybe 10 times on each side, whatever you're comfortable. Get those ankles moving, get the lower legs moving, get your feet moving so you feel that pressure change in your feet so everything gets to wake itself up. Okay, very simple stuff. Then we go to where our wall, that we talked about before too. Second part is how do we sit? Again, stuff you do at home. This is stuff you can do every day. Good, good. You guys are on it already. We sit the first row of the chair.
Yeah.
Knees below our hips, feet underneath us. If you can't, go up on your toes. Boom, hang out there for maybe 30 seconds. But again, it's something you can do all day long as you sit, as you stand. Okay, once you've done that, number 3, I think.
Somebody could sit like that all day long? Or just say a movie, 2 hours, you could sit like, hold that posture, that'd be...
Maybe 20, 30 minutes.
Oh, okay.
But the thing is, as you walk and you move your body more, it gets stronger there
I see.
because you're leaning back. So
Uh-huh.
that feels better than doing this.
I see.
That's the plan. Can we get out of this as being the normal versus this feeling like, okay, I feel good. When I lean back, it doesn't feel good anymore. I'm like, yes, I got it. Now I got it. Okay? So now,
So it's okay to sit like that?
oh yeah.
All the time?
Yeah. As long as if you're good here, great. Okay, it's not going to hurt you. Your back might be sore because getting used to it. Once it's done getting sore, it's stronger, you're good. Then this will help you walk better leaning back. That's the plan. When we sit and stand, we're moving or not moving, train our brain and our body to have better position, better posture. Body stays strong, relaxed, better balance. Should might have to tap or something. I don't know what's going to do. Next step, number 3, I think. Against the wall posture check, standing posture check, heels, hips, shoulder and head against the wall, looking straight ahead. And like Chuck had mentioned, feet straight ahead, not coming out like a pigeon. Pigeon or a duck or something, I don't remember what it is. So you want to have your feet straight ahead. Okay, hold that for maybe 30 seconds. So when you do walk, you lean back on your heels, your body again stays up here instead of leaning forward. Okay? What was the next one? Rolling your feet?
Rolling the feet.
Good, rolling the feet, right? So here, I'm going to start with my left shoulder against the wall, my left hand up, just touch the wall for a second. Left foot comes forward, left on my left heel. At that point, I'm going to drop my left foot. At that point, pause for a second on my right toes. At that point, then bring my right foot forward on my right heel. Got my right foot, pause. I'll put my toes should be coming up. Keep my head up the whole time, Bill. Head up the whole time. All right? Done this 2 or 3 times in each direction. Switch sides too, all the way. Now I'm going to have my right shoulder against the wall, my right hand against the wall. Coming forward, left foot forward, left heel. And the left foot is going to glide my body forward, my right toe. Switch feet, right heel, drop my right foot, pause, and then go again. Okay? Next one would be taking your hand off the wall That point, you want to go that one first? You want to do going backwards? What's better for you guys? What do you think?
That was one holding with 3 little fingers, or try not to hold.
Oh, actually, we missed one too. We missed one with I lost track. The hands against the wall and raising your what's it called? Hip raise or knee raise. Sorry. Okay, we'll do this one before you do the rolling the feet. Raise your hip, hold, and relax. Keep your hip in the whole time. Hip should not move. Just rotate your knee up, hold, and relax. Right, your knee as high as possible. Maybe 5 to 10 on each side. Okay. Now do the rolling feet and against the wall. Now we do the one against the wall or walking, rolling the feet without touching the wall. Hands on your sides. Left toe up, left heel up. Sorry. Drop the heel. Drop your left foot. Glide forward. Right toe comes up. Bring the right foot forward. Right heel. Drop the right heel, and drop the right foot all the way flat. Hold, and switch sides again. Okay. Now we're going to go to eyes closed, going forward. Okay? Good times. So left heel or left shoulder against the wall again. That point not touching the wall. Let's do touching the wall first. This will be like the modification. Touching the wall first. At that point, looking forward, eyes closed, head up the whole time. Bring the left foot forward on the left heel. Drop the left heel. Glide forward up on the right toe. And switch feet. Right heel, drop the right foot. Glide forward on the left toe. At that point, switch back and forth and both sides. Okay, now hand off the wall, going forward, eyes closed, left foot forward, left heel, drop the left foot, glide forward, hold. At that point, switch feet, right heel. At that point, drop the right foot, glide forward, hold the left toe up, hold for a second, and switch sides. Okay, last one is going to be with not touching the wall and going back. Actually, let's do this one. Touching the wall, going backwards with your eyes closed. All these variations you can do. Kindergarten. So touching the wall now, eyes closed, going backwards, rolling your feet. Right, my right foot first, up on my right toe, drop my right foot back, glide backwards. My right foot's going to be flat. The left foot is going to be on my heel, pause. Just bring my left foot back on my left toes. Pause for a second, drop my left foot back. Pause, my right foot is on my heel. At that point, switch sides. Try not to go into the wall, as I just did. All right? And then going back to forward. So the variations, eyes closed, eyes open, touching the wall, backward or forward. But try these, and feel uncomfortable. If I felt I can't go backwards touching the wall, and I'm gonna focus, I'm gonna go, okay, where's my feet? Why am I going this way? Is my hip not strong enough? You have to go back to here and do more of these hip raises on that left side to really focus on keeping my hip in the whole time so it doesn't glide toward the wall when I do this. Because we're imperfect humans, correct? We're going to have a stronger and weaker side. So work the weaker side so your overall body stays balanced. That's the time.
Now, what does that look like walking normal?
Good. Walking normal. If I was normal, ask my wife if I'm normal. All right? I'm going to come here. Just slowly roll my feet as I walk my head forward. I'm walking backwards, same thing. Head up, shoulders back.
So when you're walking forward, your heel goes first, but when you're walking backwards, your toe
Good.
goes first. Yeah,
Exactly.
right.
You don't want backwards too often. If you catch yourself, you're going to do what? Here. Versus, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to fall backwards. Like, just pray, don't hurt yourself. Okay. But the walking is going to be how do you roll your feet heel to toe. By doing that, your body stays on your heels, so your body stays up. An extension instead of flexion. People that walk this way, say 4 foot or here, they're doing this the whole time. So their first pressure points when they walk is their toes or metatarsals here, instead of being their heel first. So by staying on your heels, it allows your body to get the back stronger to hold you up better. Why is posture important? Because you look better. I don't know. Part of that is look better, but your overall body stays stronger.
It's harder with your eyes closed.
It is harder. But by doing that, Shep, when you're in the upland streets, you won't fall as much. Maybe just once or twice a year. Never know. Any questions? Nothing?
So,
This is all being taped, right?
Yes, tape. Hopefully it's still on. Yep, I think it's still on.
so as you're
Yes.
standing there, what would be your standing position?
Good,
Like, so-
good question. If I'm on the wall here, I'm gonna stand on the wall first. What's up, stand on the wall for 30 seconds. Heels, hips, shoulder, head, your feet straight. Come off the wall, weight on your heels. And what I do is have people lean back enough to where your toes come up just for a second. And try to stay right there. That should feel over time, easy, strong, and relaxed.
So then, as I can tell, like
Good.
a lot of times when I'm in church,
Mhm.
I can't do that for long because I feel like you have to stand on one side and then across your feet and
When you're sitting or standing?
standing. Like when I'm
Yeah.
standing in church, like you said, this is okay for a bit, but then I feel more comfortable doing this.
And I'm okay with that, but as
Is
you
that okay?
That's okay.
Okay.
But can you start training so you lean back on your heels so you keep your body strong here as you get stronger, so you train your body even when you listen to the homily or listen to the sermon. You're here. Instead of leaning forward or on there or doing this or doing this. That means your muscles aren't not that they're weak, but they don't have the endurance yet. When I tell someone to walk, it's walking for not only strength, but also endurance. My patients that work out in the field, they would do physical labor, they're out there for 7, 8, 9 hours a day, 6 days a week. So the endurance is important as much as the strength. As you build strength, the muscle gets stronger, it builds endurance naturally. So the time of your exercise is as important as how much you're doing. But if it's a boring sermon, then you're kind of stuck here. Sorry. Sorry, I apologize.
And if you're gonna pause, you do it briefly when one or the other heel is flat on the ground.
Yes. You want to pause again. Good, Chuck. Because that allows your body to hold. When you start it again, your body has to refire. Versus when you're walking, it happens naturally. You don't even think about it. So when you're walking naturally, your body doesn't compensate right away. Boom, 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 boom. You want to retrain that so with the pause, it allows you to go reset, 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 so your body can work faster. If something does happen, you're going to fall or lose your balance. It's getting your body to feel uncomfortable to get more comfortable when something does happen. Boom, I see the Chuck nodding his head. He gets it. Light bulbs are on. Any other questions? Again, if you're new, I have forms you want to fill out if you want me to email you this video. If not, enjoy your month working your exercise. And again, we talked about before too. Routine, whatever you're doing, routine every day if you can. Feel comfortable to get comfortable. That's all I got. I'm going to go grab some lunch. See you later.